Well, here we are at the Gulley Farm with Maria and with Ed Gulley, the famous Ed Gulley. And this is the Mad Wizard studio where his art is conceived and created. So he's going to walk Maria through it and show us a little bit about it.
First, this is the summer section. We kind of cleaned it up because winter's coming.
Yeah, but look at all these, you have to look at all these washers. This is beautiful.
Yeah, that's the newest invention. I do a lot of the welding and fabricating right here.
Yeah, this is your
Like
welding.
this I fabricated yesterday. I'm going to use it to hold the upper part of the new chimney I'm going to put on the house. I'm going to make another one. But I keep those trays and I was always picking through.
Good God, what do you do with all these things?
I use tons of stuff every day.
Now, do you use these in your art and on the farm?
Yeah,
Both of
yeah.
them? Yeah,
I mean, like this is something that's functional for the house.
right.
And it's not, whereas this here, I use different things. And this is an old hay fork. And I'm gonna spread it open and figure out how to keep it that way. And then I'm gonna get those solar type light things
Yeah.
and hook them on the end. And I don't know exactly where I'm gonna hang it yet. I'd like to put it in the house, but I don't.
What's it going to be?
A chandelier.
Wow.
That's pretty wild. Your ceiling isn't high enough in your
No,
house for that.
no, unless I went to the back room where the fireplace is.
Right, right.
Then I could
But
do
then you
it.
have to get it past Carol.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know if I can sneak in the back door.
Look at this.
I made that to take up to the Washington County Fair, and we would take the show halters and hang them on here. We'd put the
Cool.
different sizes on, so
That's
that the kids, because otherwise they have a show box that they keep everything in.
Uh-huh.
They were all just thrown in there.
For those of you who don't know, Ed is a folk artist. He calls it junk art. I call it farm art. It's really just art. And Maria and he have been having this great conversation about his art. And she's sort of his curator.
And this
Ooh,
is
look at this.
This is where I started cleaning up the last few days and putting everything. Well, I have my little desk that I sit at and do little things, little electrical stuff. I tried to keep all of the tools that I need and bolts.
It's very neat and organized.
Oh yeah, those 3 days of rain have had me in here. A lot of, like this machine right here is to make hydraulic hoses, put the ends on them. I try to have an area where I keep the stuff I use right in one place. The big chest over there's got all my tools in it. And then those butane torches up there, I've got a whole set of them. And they're good copper. If you clean them up, they look real shiny. And someday something's going to come across and I'm going to figure
They're
out.
really great looking, aren't they?
Yeah, you shine them up and they are really pretty. I bought them off a guy. I actually paid pretty good money for
What
them.
are they again, Ed?
Butane torches.
Torches.
And someday there'll be art.
Yeah, someday I'll figure something out. Then as we walk in, this is the big part where I can put machinery in and work on. I'm going to put the chuck wagon and rebuild it. There's some of the farm stuff, and then all around the outside where I don't work on something, I keep all my odds and ends. Underneath the table, I know there's a couple of totes with just different stuff in it that I've collected. But I keep like old shields, anything I got, I put here.
Is this the beginning of a sculpture?
I was going to do that, but I've got a seat on one tractor that doesn't really have a lot of bounce to it anymore. So I think it's going to end up being used for something good.
Right.
It could have been a piece of art and it's going into a track.
But
just never
there's
know.
corn shellers. I mean, I have everything, and a lot of these old ones I don't want to, ruin them. But there are some little things that I keep around, keep on all the shelves. Here are those legs I made for the
Those are
peacock.
great.
And then the rest of them
Those are
didn't look
great.
like a peacock, they looked like a duck or a goose. So now I'm torn in between, so I want to finish the other part and make my goose.
And do something
And
with
then
these.
I'll find something
These are
else.
so elegant.
That was what I was afraid of, that they really wouldn't be strong enough for the size that I was making.
Oh, yeah.
I've got to get something that's not quite as heavy
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
make these more like a chicken.
You have something in mind for these?
Lovely.
Not really yet. I haven't run into what I can make either a chicken or something like that out of. But that's what is in a lot of these things. I just take the pieces and put them up there.
And do you remember what you have?
Yeah,
You do.
you can ask me. And
And you know
like,
where
well,
it
I
is.
have a little upstairs up there, which is that one. It's just all thrown in there. But I know it's up there. The part is I've got to run up there and dig through everything and find it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what it turns out to be. And then these boxes down through here, some of them were actually used for the fair. They were the show boxes. Carol's father made them for all the kids. But in them now are all my old toys. I got just about every toy I had from when I was a kid.
Seriously?
Yeah. This one isn't a good one. There's a good one right here that's full. And I have all my toys in there, and sometimes I'll take and look through there, and I might find something I like, and I might make something out of it. But there's a lot of the old trucks from back in the early years. Some of those might have been even my brother's.
Huh?
But one of them, I'm not sure which one, is right full. Remember the little bitty plastic people and animals? One of these is almost full of that,
Wow.
that I keep.
This is what happens when you never move
Yeah,
and keep all your stuff.
What are you
That's
thinking
the
when you
place
see all
put
this
it.
stuff, Maria?
It's wild. Well, it's all potentially art.
oh. Well, that lawnmower, is right there, the guy gave it to me. And it has a blade to it, it's got the lawnmower, it's got a snow blower, and he said he thought it would run. Well, we've played with it a little, and it really doesn't look like it's going to run, so I have probably visions in my head that it'll be something eventually.
I love the goal that you just finished making.
I'd like to, one of the things that I thought about is having it so the mailbox is on it,
That's a
and
neat
have
idea.
it, parked out front
Right.
with the mailbox on it, but I've got one out there, so maybe I'll have to make it for somebody else to have a mailbox on it.
That's cool.
And I also do a lot with furniture. I'll take them there, those small ones will be milk can chairs for kids, like those tables, I will, just try to fix them up, make them halfway decent looking, and use them anywhere. I don't refinish the tops or anything if they've got bumps. And what I like doing with these, I find a lot of these,
Yeah.
I will fix it up, glue it back together, and then put something in there and fill it up with pictures
Oh.
and just hang it on the wall. Because a lot of,
So you
people,
keep most of these things in your house, or you give them away to people? You sell
I
them to
give them
people?
away. I've done them for like anniversaries for people.
And this were the keys out here too?
No, the keys happen to be in a big pot in the parlor.
He's scheming some keys.
Like,
So this is where you get your ideas in these buildings?
most of them, that and when you're riding a tractor or milking. When you've done those two things as long as I have, your mind is able to do other things while you're doing the job you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Well, we're running out of time here, but this is pretty great. This is
It's a
wild.
great space.
We
I
never
can't
have
believe
seen
all the
this
stuff you
before.
have.
What do you think, Maria?
It's amazing. I think it's amazing that Ed knows where everything is. That's like, that's
And you
why.
see, right, there's ideas all over the place.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, thank you, Ed, for showing us this. And
You're welcome.
thank you, Maria.
Thanks,
It's a
John.
pretty neat video. It's a little longer than we thought, but it's worth it.